Hello guys, welcome to another video. The topic that we are going to talk about today is a very sensitive topic and not a lot of people talk about it openly. But it is something that needs to be talked about in front of people with new upcoming artists, people who are beginners who are trying to do art, trying to make art. So from the title of the video, you must already know are we going to talk about, and there is a reason or there must be a reason why you clicked on this video, right? So let's get into it. So in my personal opinion, and I'll just put it out on the table, that there is no good art or bad art, period. Okay, let me just give you a justification. So as you all know, art evolves over time, and not necessarily that you right now need to understand what was done by artists like 200 years ago or in the Renaissance period or something like that. Also, the biggest reasoning that I can give you guys is that art cannot be judged, like, no matter what. Like I said, art is universal, and yes, the reason why art is universal is because everyone interprets arts in a different way. So what you understand with your art is something which others might not be able to like, they might not be able to understand, and something which you see as not an art might be an art for someone. Even most of the time there are a couple of many examples, like, I mean, just take an example of me. I do not understand other people's artwork sometimes. And yeah, it happens. It's not necessarily that you are resonating the same kind of frequency with the artist that did the work, so it can happen. And yeah, you might also interpret it in a different way. You might not like someone else's work and you might like someone else's work, but that doesn't make the other person's work bad or good. In the current times, with the frequent use of social media and the introduction of the double tap, if you know what I mean, yeah, it has like conquered everything. It like the double tap or the likes prove that you are good or bad, or your art is likable by other people or not. But that is wrong. That perspective of have like that particular perspective for a upcoming artist or an artist who is just practicing it out, putting his art out there or her art there, can, like, they would think that like they are being judged just by on the basis of likes. But that is not true. Likes do not define how good or bad your art is. To the upcoming artists and the artists who are practicing and starting out with art, I would just like to say one thing: that stop focusing on the other stuff, or don't listen to what other people would be saying. Just focus on the practicing part. Like, yes, in this period of time you guys need to create shitload of work, like tons and tons of work needs to be created every day. You need to practice out different styles. You guys need to practice out like every other art form, look at other people's art, and yes, just make art. Now there is a point that I would like to stress upon. The point is, like, art actually can be judged in certain situations. The situation would be very theoretical. Like, if you are enrolled in some kind of academy, or there is a thought process going on, and then a theory has been followed in order to learn the art. So yes, your art will be judged. Not only your art, your skill will be judged as well, because you have competitor in the same classroom or in the same vicinity, right? Not necessarily in the whole wide world, because they have been following a certain theory, a certain set of books that says certain rules, or that states certain rules that needs to be followed. So yes, I would say such, because I mean, otherwise how would you be scoring marks in terms of, like, going up to the upper level of the class or the lower level of the class? So it's like this. So certain situations, yes, you will be getting judged, and you have to be ready for that particular part of criticism, or how to handle what the other person is saying about your art, because that is why you put the art out there, right? You want to be judged in certain situations. Like, you know that the person that gonna criticize you, or who's gonna give you a judgment, knows better than you, and you need to follow his guidance. So yes, there are good things and there are bad things about how one judges or what people judges, but the main point about the entire conversation is that art is art and no art is bad, but certain situation allow the art to be judged, and then the outcome is like either your art is good or your art is bad. But in general, art is art, so keep watching and keep doing. Quick tips before ending this video: make a lot of art with a view to improve. Judge yourself so that you can improve yourself. Always keep a goal in your mind. Where do you want to be if in the next 5 years from now? So yeah, since we are towards the end of the video, thank you for watching and see you in the next.